Welcome. Welcome to another session on steps to my true self. Now what am I doing? Why am I having the bowl on my head and I having the tuning fork making these vibrations to my ears? So what's happening is that within myself, the consciousness is within myself, and all the beings, they have to come through me. And so when they come into the body, they want to disturb my balance because they want the self. They want the light. And so I have to constantly be putting the bowl on my head many times throughout the day. It used to be worse. I would have to hours and hours be walking around in a circle, beating the bowl on my head for hours and hours and can't sit down. Now it's a little bit easier. I can sit down and I can use the tuning fork to my ears and to on my body and on top of the head and play the bowl and chant because it helps to bring balance back to the body. Because what's happening is that they're putting all their magnetic energy into the body. Like, see this arm here, I can't lift it up because consciousness has put their magnetic energy into the arm and has immobilized it. And so if I do anything strenuous or try to move the arm suddenly, the pain, it hurts so bad. See this arm, look at that. So this one, I can't do that. I can't get it up. Look at this. See? Look at that. But this one I can't do that because first they started out with doing that, putting their energy through my feet, and it was very painful. And now they have already with different beings. So different ones come and they take either the foot or the body, some in the neck. Sometimes they go in the neck and I have to be fighting to get them out of it because it's very painful. And so what's happening is that because I have the self-supreme primal light within myself. So within this body, there's many beings. That's right within this body right now. The self-supreme primal light wants me to share a lot of my experience, and I wasn't too keen on sharing many of it, but I will start on making small videos and sharing bit by bit until I have shared as much as I can remember, because some of the things are wiped out my memory and I don't have the full details of it because I was very traumatized at first by this realization of the world. So when I'm trying to tell you the truth of the world, when you come into realization, you learn the truth of the world, that you are inside of a dream and it's all an illusion. And the duality, disembodied consciousness beings, they want to keep us in the dream, sleeping forever, so that they can always enslave ourselves. The light, this is why they've been campaigning for ages to take the self, to give them our soul. And many of them, their mental state is very deranged because they have not been resting their consciousness, and the consciousness needs time to rest. Otherwise it becomes very impure, and these are the ones that becomes the demons, the satans, and the devils. And and they are the ones that are doing the blood sacrifices and all these different things. So there's different levels of the beings. They're the gods who the take the souls of people. They all take the souls of people, but the gods, they are more friendly towards human beings in terms of they like to dance with the people, play with them, and then of course they'll take over their body, most of them, and have sex with them, rape them. Some of them will do that, while some won't. So it all depends on their mental state. And so this is what they do, because when they do that, when you have an orgasm, you create electricity, and they get to reprogram your mind, and you become under their control. And so this is why they've been doing this for ages. So they do not want the truth to be known, and because my awakening means that the truth will be told, because many people came into awareness, came into the self, but they were not able to speak this truth because it was not written in their destiny. Because it was not written in their destiny, they couldn't speak it, because the being would come and would take possession of them, and it was not in their destiny. They would tell others that, about that, you are the self and all these things, but they could not speak about the beings the way that I can speak about them, because it is written in my destiny that I would face them and I would defeat them, and I would help to bring the world back into the balance. So this is what the Supreme is doing right now. She's moving the world from the duality existence into the non-duality. And so when I am hitting the ball on my head and I am doing this, I am trying to bring back homeostasis to the body, because they have, right now, there's probably, how many beings in this body? 5? It's probably 5 beings in this body right now. The Supreme Self, Shiva Shambho, the consciousness, the duality consciousness, Brahma, and the non-dual consciousness, Brahman. Right? The demonic beings that have been doing blood sacrifice and all of those, the Supreme is trying to dissolve them and clean and purify their minds, because remember that they are you. They are yourself that's exploring the world as baby consciousness. So myself is no longer out there. The self that was out there exploring the world as a god was Isis, and she has merged back into Aset, and so she no longer exists out there for anybody to call on her, for her to do any ignorant things, because I have no idea what she was doing. This is me sharing my story, and this is the reason why I'm telling you why I was having the bowl on my head like that. I was hitting the bowl. Sometimes I would walk around in a circle with it, because this is what I have to do to balance the magnetic energy that the beings are pushing out into the body. They're putting out a lot of magnetic energy through the arm, trying to hurt me and to demobilize me, because they want to take the self, and they don't want this truth to be known, and they know that it is my destiny to speak this truth. And I demolish all of them. All of these beings are going to be dissolved, because they have been reigning tyrannically over the self for ages. And me, I am tired of them already. I'm tired. I was terrified of them, because they're terrifying them ugly. All the things that they do is ugly. So they are ugly beings, and them, they are terrifying because of their magnetic nature. And this is what they use, their magnetic nature, to imprison others, to bully others, because they are bully. They are the biggest bully. They are the rapists. They are this propagandists, the murderers, all of these things. This is what they instigate, and they instigate this in human beings, because their mind is messed up. Their mind is insane. It's the worst insanity is of the beings them. And remember, they are classified on the different things. And many of the gods who classified as the demons and the devils, they are the worst, because their consciousness is very impure. It's very messed up. Their mind is sick, so sick. It's madness. It's craziness. And so this is what I have to endure on a daily basis. This is when I'm telling you that you need to evolve yourself and your soul is in slavery. I want you to understand what I'm saying, because you have no idea the detrimental aspect of this duality, because you refuse to come into the real, so you will not experience any of this. And most of you will never experience this. You know why? Because it is not your destiny, but it is my destiny to bring balance to the world, but it's also your destiny to assist me and to help me. And I'm calling on all of you to do that, to assist and help me. And the way that you do that is by awaking your sleeping self, because you make this job easier for me to do, because you are merging yourself and making union with yourself. When you stay in ignorance, this becomes harder work for me to do, because I have to face all of your demonic self all by myself and dissolving them. And it is not an easy job. This is not an easy job, but it is my destiny. And what I say that I will do, I will do it, because I made a vow to myself supreme that this is what I will do and this is what I will do. I will not back out from what needs to come, because I made a vow and this is what needs to be done, because this world has to be dissolved. All these beings, even though it's very difficult and challenging to face them and to deal with them, I have help. I have Shiva Shambho, and the world might know Shiva Shambho as Osiris. Osiris is with me. Yeah. So Osiris have always been with Aset. So Osiris is here assisting me and helping me. He is the one that is dissolving the beings and assisting the Self Supreme. And she is the one that is making balance within them, because the Self Supreme Primal Light, she is the neutron. She's the neutral self. The Primal Light self, like us, we are the electrons. Carry an electric charge. And the magnetic aspect of ourselves, the magnetic beings, they carry the positive charge. We carry the negative charge. But the Self-Supreme Primal Light carries no charge. The Self-Supreme Primal Light, she carries no charge. So this is why she can make balance between all the beings, the Primal Light and the magnetic beings. And this is what she's doing. She promised she will never leave me. So she will always be with me. Always be with me until this world is dissolved. All of us will merge back into the Self-Supreme Primal Light to be one unified self, moving into the non-duality. So this is the reason why I had the bows on my head. This is the reason why I was using the tuning forks to make a balance, because of what's happening with all of the gods that you're worshiping and claiming that you're giving your soul to them. You need to stop this foolishness. Stop this foolishness. You stop putting the self in bondage. I am Primal Light. Prepare for the world with the identity Aset. Daughter of the Self-Supreme Primal Light. I am the liberator, and I advocate for all souls. Thank you so much for joining me. That is just one aspect of the story of why I have to do this every single day. Every single day. Walking in a circle, or sometimes I'm sitting for hours and hours and hours usually. But now it's getting a little bit better, where I can use the bowl and this at the same time, because I learn how to do this now. And when I'm sitting, because if I'm walking around, I can't do both of them at the same time, because the bowl usually falls off the head, and I have ruined the bowls when they do that. They fall off my head a lot when I'm walking around in a circle and hitting the bowl. That's the truth. Thank you so much for joining me. So join me under the topic, the enlightenment of Aset, under the playlist of my experiences of what has been happening going through this transition, the journey to Aset's enlightenment. Thank you so much. About to you in love, in light, and in truth.